In a significant development for the American agricultural sector, President Donald Trump is reportedly considering a substantial financial aid package aimed at supporting farmers who have been adversely affected by his trade policies. Its sources familiar with the situation indicate that the administration is eyeing a bailout of at least $10 billion to assist farmers struggling with the consequences of the ongoing trade war, particularly those facing retaliatory tariffs from China and other countries. This potential bailout comes as U.S. agriculture faces some of its most challenging times in decades, with many farms teetering on the edge of financial ruin. The proposed aid package would aim to mitigate the negative impacts that Trump's trade policies have had on American farmers. The United States has been involved in a long-standing trade dispute with several nations, primarily China, over tariffs and trade imbalances. These tensions have led to retaliatory tariffs on a wide array of agricultural products, including soybeans, corn, pork, and wheat, all of which have seen a significant reduction in exports. Farmers who once relied on these international markets now find themselves struggling to make ends meet as the value of their products continues to drop. Sources close to the administration suggest that the Trump administration is considering two primary options for providing relief to farmers. One possibility is allocating a portion of the revenue generated from the tariffs themselves, directing it towards a bailout fund. Another option involves tapping into the Emergency Commodity Assistance Program, which has been used in the past to provide assistance to the agricultural sector during times of crisis. While the specifics of how the funds will be distributed remain unclear, the administration is keen on getting relief to farmers before the next harvest season begins. The impact of the trade war on American farmers has been nothing short of devastating. Farm bankruptcies have surged to levels not seen since 2021, with some regions seeing an unprecedented number of farmers leaving the industry altogether. The United States is facing a stark reality, as its once thriving agricultural economy now shows signs of collapse. Many small and medium-sized farms are struggling to survive, as they face the dual challenges of reduced exports and rising production costs. One such farmer, Barry Evans, who operates a sorghum and cotton farm in North Carolina, says that the situation has become increasingly dire. Evans, like many of his counterparts, has had to deal with the challenges of a shrinking market and rising input costs. "If we don't get something, it will be quite a disaster," Evans says, echoing the sentiments of many farmers who are fearful that the trade war will spell the end of their operations. "We hope there will be a bailout," he adds, hoping that the administration will provide the necessary financial support to prevent further losses. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins has assured the American farming community that the administration is committed to ensuring that farmers receive the necessary support. Rollins, who has been working closely with lawmakers on Capitol Hill, expressed confidence that the funds would be allocated in a timely manner. "We will make sure that we have the funds, and working with the senators and working with the appropriators, that we can do what we did last time," Rollins stated, referencing the previous aid packages that were implemented during the earlier years of the trade war. However, despite these reassurances, many farmers remain uncertain about whether the aid will arrive in time to prevent widespread farm closures. While the proposed bailout is seen as a positive step, critics of the administration argue that the previous aid packages have not done enough to address the underlying issues plaguing the agricultural sector. Many believe that the bailout money has been poorly distributed, with large-scale commercial farms receiving the majority of the financial assistance, while smaller, family-owned operations are left to fend for themselves. Economists suggest that the funds provided in the past were insufficient to offset the long-term damage caused by the trade war. The losses experienced by farmers have far exceeded the amount of aid money provided, and many are skeptical that this new bailout will be any different. Dr. Emily Jung, an agricultural economist, believes that the government's response to the crisis has been inadequate. The previous package was not considered a success. "The losses have already far exceeded the amount of aid money," she states. "At best, it may help prevent farms from declaring bankruptcy. But it doesn't address the underlying issues," she adds, suggesting that the aid package may only offer a temporary solution to a much deeper problem. According to Zhang, the root causes of the agricultural crisis need to be addressed, including the long-term effects of the trade war on global market dynamics and the structural challenges facing U.S. farms. In response to these concerns, some lawmakers have called for more comprehensive reforms to the agricultural sector. including increased access to trade markets, more favorable trade agreements, and better financial safety nets for farmers. However, given the current political climate and the continued uncertainties surrounding the trade dispute, it remains unclear whether such reforms will be forthcoming. As the Trump administration finalizes its plans for the bailout, time is running out for many farmers. With harvest season already underway, farmers are anxiously awaiting details of the proposed financial relief. The proposed $10 billion bailout could provide a crucial cushion for farmers facing financial ruin. But the question remains whether it will be enough to restore the health of the agricultural sector in the long term. Farmers, economists, and policymakers will be closely watching as the situation unfolds, hoping that the financial assistance will come quickly enough to prevent further damage to one of the country's most important industries. For now, the fate of many American farmers hangs in the balance. As the administration works to finalize its plans, there is a growing sense of urgency among farmers who fear that without timely action, the damage to the agricultural sector could become irreversible. As the fallout from the trade war continues to unfold, all eyes will be on the Trump administration's response and the long-term consequences of its policies for the American farming community.